Alright guys, so I got a little bit of time to kill before Walking Dead tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and go through what my top books were this week, and then I'm going to do a contest video for my 100 subscribers, which I think the prizes on are pretty sweet, so, check that out. So anyway, coming in at number 10 this week was Altered States Red Sonja. I didn't like this book as much as I liked the Altered States Vampirella, but it was pretty good. The art was a little odd to me, although I found it funny that I think that Red Sonja is just as beautiful without wearing a chainmail bikini, but, she eventually gets in her chainmail bikini, so, that was cool. What I most liked about this was this, this Swords of Sorrow ad in the center. There is just some great people that are going to be on this book, and can't wait for that. I mean, you got Gail Simone writing it, and J. Scott Campbell covers. Everything about that book looks just amazing. Next was Superior Iron Man. This book has been good since it relaunched. I like the Superior series. I like seeing characters in a different light. Much like with the Altered State, I like seeing characters in a different light. I really, really like this Tony Stark. I've never been a huge fan of Iron Man, and I really, really like this. I don't know if that's because of the fact that I like Tom Taylor so much, or what that is, but that story has really been good. Next is Harvester, which is a title from Legendary Comics. Harvester is basically about an urban legend, which is not really an urban legend, and a college student that is investigating this urban legend along with someone that wants to try to kill him. And not a lot of people read Legendary series, which I really hate, because they've got some really, really good series, really good writers, really good. Eric Battle is the artist on this, does a really good job. Lee Longrich, which is the colorist on this, I really, really enjoy his coloring, and really enjoying this book. Next is X, which is a Dark Horse book. Dark Horse Black Sky. This is issue 23 of X. It's got some really awesome covers. Anybody that read the Black Hood #1 last week, this is by Dwayne Chesesky that did the Black Hood last week, and this is, to me, a far superior comic. The art in this is awesome. The coloring and everything is awesome. The story is basically a vigilante, like the Punisher, but more of a Judge Dredd type of character that just kills to clear his city and make it safe. And, that's really cool, because Arcadia is a really, really bad place. Next is Southern Cross. And I'm a huge supporter of Becky Cloonan. I really didn't care for Gotham Academy whenever it started, but it's grown on me, and now it is just an awesome series. It's one of my favorite things that I read each month. The art and the coloring in this are amazing, and so if the story catches up with that, it will just be off the freaking chain. This is colored also by Lee Longrich, which does Harvester, and I think is just, I don't know who he is. I'm going to have to look him up on Twitter and see what other books that he's done, but I really, really enjoyed Southern Cross. It might possibly, if it goes the same way as Gotham Academy, replace Roche Limit as my space mystery, because they're basically the same book right now, but I'm invested 8 issues, I guess, into Roche Limit, so we'll see where that goes. If Becky Cloonan turns out around the way she did Gotham Academy, then I'll be on board with that all day long, because Gotham Academy right now is just freaking awesome. Top 5, The Surface. This book was freaking beautiful. The art and the coloring in this book are just, man, absolutely freaking amazing. I wasn't sure whenever I very first read this book. I was reading it thinking, wow, this is amazing. This is every bit as good as Jody Blair, as far as the coloring goes. And then I realized it was her, so, of course it's that good. But basically, it's the story of this, hacktivist group in, a Matrixy type world. I really freaking enjoyed it. I can't believe that Warren Ellis didn't write this story, because it's a very Warren Ellis-y type story. Freaking loved it. Next up is Hellbreak. This is a $1 book. At my shop, it was actually, after my discount, it was a 65-cent book. Written by Colin Bunn. Colors are by Dave Stewart. And it was a really good book. It's basically about a mercenary group that, because of this portal to hell, they can go in and rescue people from hell. So they go in there and they rescue rich people's kids, or what. I mean, that basically was the gist of this one. And really freaking enjoyed this book. It was a little trippy, and I enjoyed that. But again, Colin Bunn is somebody that anything I read by him is just going to freaking be amazing. So, next up, this isn't the issue because of the fact that this book went digital, but Ghost Fleet number 5 came out. Dark Horse is going to finish Ghost Fleet online, and read issue 5. Really, really enjoyed it. The art was a little different, and I really like Daniel Warren Johnson's art on this book. The art was a little bit different, but for the most part, the transition to online was freaking awesome. And this is kind of a surprise to me, but my number 2 book was Hexed. It wasn't actually my favorite book this week. Usually, whenever I do these, Hexed is my top book, just hands down. And this was an awesome issue of Hexed. It wasn't that this wasn't an awesome issue of Hexed. Michael Allen Nelson, that writes this, has, I think, just written a great story. Dan Murrah, that draws this, is freaking amazing to me. Gabriel Cassandra, that does the colors on this. The art and the colors on this book are just, I mean, they are so freaking clean. I mean, it's amazing to me that a book can look this good. And, yeah. This story, basically, our lead character, Lucifer, went off the deep end and decided she's just going to go out and kill people and, sort things out that way, which I thought was super freaking cool, because I've been waiting on her to just go off the chain. Basically, she's got a necromancer, and she is like the next gatekeeper to the underworld. And so the fact that the two of them are just going out just beating ass, regardless if the necromancer girl wants to do it or not, is freaking amazing. But my number 1 this week, which is kind of a surprise to me because I've been kind of let down by this comic in the last couple of issues, is Coffin Hill. Absolutely freaking love this issue of Coffin Hill. All the build-up. This is issue 16 of Coffin Hill. And I like that it's a $2.99 book. The art and Lee Dela Cruz's coloring in this are amazing. And you can't really see that. But the last 3 or 4 issues since they started the new arc have been building up to a point, which was this issue. And I like this second arc a whole lot better than I like that first arc, and I like the first arc, so, you know, uh, we'll see where that goes. But any book that I put above Hexed must have been good, and yeah. So I'm gonna get off here, and you know, get around to watching Walking Dead. Watch a little basketball right now. All right.